Welcome back, everyone, to more gold mining. We're diligently working on season 42, and as you can tell, I've got a plan. Maybe a cunning plan, might be a stupid plan. Not sure which it is, but I'm working towards it anyways. This is a huge bloody area. There's probably 50,000 ounces just sitting in this little spot. Thing is, the ground is rather deep here, so I know for a fact that I can't even conceivably think about actually getting down to the really good stuff unless I'm at the bottom. Now, as you can tell from last episode, we did actually get the mighty units set up here. I did a little preliminary digging, which actually didn't really net very much. 2 small squares ended up being like 275 ounces. So, not terribly much, but considering really how much dirt we moved, it's understandable. So yeah, we actually have a plan to get down to the bottom. And that is basically by mining a road on bedrock to the bottom. That is my diabolical plan, and I'm sticking to it. Actually have done not bad. I'm actually working on widening the road, so at a certain point when I decide to get down here, I can do it with the big machine and drive down here and start digging out the ground. But for right now, it's just basically cleanup duties. But I'm not like trucking any of this overburden or anything away, because as it turns out, it does actually contain gold. Not much, but does contain gold. So, I mean, instead of driving it 50 feet and dumping it, I might as well run it and get that extra 20 or 30 ounces out of it type thing. Not going to make serious cash on it, but then again, we won't know until it's in the box and we discover what it's actually worth. I am almost done this one square, and this one, oddly enough, had about 600 ounces in it. Like, it really didn't seem like much, but it actually did have quite a bit. Alright, next time I either gotta move the truck forward or backwards more, so I can get, probably backwards more, I can actually get out. It is a little steep, but the truck seems to drive up it no problem, so it's not as steep as going up that hill, so it goes down, but not quickly. Technically speaking, it would be better if the plant was there, but we're making it work with our current position, and I mean, it's a little bit of a trek, but we're doing alright. I have no idea how much dirt is back on the mats, probably like 2%. I just did the other cleanup, so that way we would have a clean slate for actually digging ground that's actually worth digging. And I think for the most part, if I clean out a good portion, if I can swing and dump into the truck that's in the bottom, we should be able to clean out a pretty good chunk. This would be pretty wild if we had a bunch of Franks here, but fortunately we're sticking to our original goal of not using the Frankensteins. We're just using the truck and trailer. Actually, you know what? I'll back the truck right here. I don't need to go any further than that. Yes, much better planning. Well, not really, but it's the plan I'm going with. I know everyone's probably going, well, you could have just, refreshed Nighthawk and done it again and this and that, but there is an enormous amount of gold on Waterfall, and after talking to a few people on the forums, this seems to be a good option. But the number one trick they always say is you got to go off from this outside into one of them and make a road. So that is pretty much exactly what we're doing right now. We're digging it down and we're building ourselves a nice platform road to get to the bottom and get the good stuff. Yeah, that's not bad. The truck can get out of that pretty easy. And yeah, I've done a little bit wider than the first square, but that was more or less just making the roadway so we can get down in. I'm sure we can actually mine out a good section. Just let the plant idle sit there while we're back and forth. I think that actually says 4%. It'll probably be about 20% when we do the next cleanup. I don't expect high numbers off this one, but probably anything between 3,000 and 4,000 ounces. That gets us around our 40,000 mark. If we get more than that tonight, that's bonus. Especially since after setup and everything else. I'm not expecting miracles. No, we need all the money in the box instantly. I actually kind of like this because it slows me down from the hill that's there. And this is the only flat spot. Yeah, I could probably park it there. After all, I'm cleaning this area out now. I've already got to the point where I can't reach the bottom. So long as the bottom is all the same height across, it should be easy for trucking until I get down there. In worst case scenario, I could always just grab the loader and do a bunch of cleanup as well. Dig as deep as I can, then dig it out with the loader. I'd have to buy a loader, but that's a pretty minor thing at this point in time. Actually, you know what? Let's do it like this. Oh yeah, I can get down on the bottom yet. Okay, dokie. Well, we are getting some dirt in there. Again, I'm still not really sure what it actually contains, but I mean, I can boogie on down at 50 kilometers an hour, so the trek is not bad. Like I said, I basically just zoom in and go boink. I can park that baby right in the middle now. I've not actually looked at the gold map since I started chewing into that one. Oh yeah, she's pretty much empty. This one's got 622, 668, and then 11,000. So the one kitty corner here is about 11,000. But it's got quite a bit of overburden too. And yes, I know it says 0. We don't need to mark it anymore. We know it's 0. Look at that. The water's flowing again. I'm sure there's still gold in it. It's just not very rich. Alright, I might go this way. If I go off the top, so 622, there's 3,000, there's 18. Definitely want to get into this one at these two, because these two sitting at 11 and 16,000 respectively. So that's 26,000 ounces right there. Biggest thing, just gotta move the dirt. I think so much is if I can just knock off the top. Some of this I might just work on now. Now that I know the truck can get down there, I'll work off the top layer of this stuff as deep as I can go, and then we can work down there. I think that's what our plan is going to be. Yeah, I wasn't going to go back down here. Alright, well, hang on. We'll roll back up here. Alright. Let's back up and strip the top of this one. Just leave the truck right here. We'll take it off in layers. Yeah, it's working pretty good. There we go. Alright, backing it up. That's probably the best plan, is just strip the top as much as we can, then go down from the bottom and dig it out. You never know, we might get a good chunk of the gold out of here anyways. Do it like we did the other ones. Just working with deeper ground, now we have the option, now that we dug that out, that we can actually get down there and deal with it. Not sure if we're actually getting anything out of here or not, but alrighty. This does appear to be a bit quicker. No, there's 7%. And when I originally did the cleanup, I was before the square, so that main square probably has about 500 ounces and it's sitting there. This next one, if we get about 300, mind you, there's a ton of overburden on that top one. I don't know what all we'll get out of it. I'd laugh if we marked and got rid of 6, but not sure. We've only taken a small chunk out of her right now. Can't imagine that we've done much more, about 25 ounces. No, we've actually taken about 50. See, and this is the thing, there's still gold all the way. Then this one gets to 3,000, but this side doesn't have anything. And these, kind of an afterthought. Not really worried about it. It's this one and this one. And that one. I figured I'd work my way there. And we'll just mine it all. look at certain parts of Waterfall because they apparently glitch. Let's start working on that one. I'll park this guy here. That way I can just start taking off here. Well, either way, we're probably right now sitting about 1,000 ounces. I don't necessarily believe that this first opening of this one is empty yet. Though we're going to make sure that's full before we send it out. Won't pack it quite as tight. Okay, can't tell. I think that's 9% on the mats, or is it 8? Either way, it's not going to be a atrociously good gold run for the first part, but we kind of need to work already there. 611, so we are taking stuff out of here. 11,488. We have not taken anything out of there yet. Taken probably 60-70 ounces out of that other square. Despite what it says, I think we'll back it up to about here, and then I'll back this up. I guarantee that didn't take anything out of it. That might have. It's not gonna, I know seem like it adds up to much right here, but I think so long as we just hunker down and mine out the squares, I think we'll probably be fine. Because that one probably didn't add up to anything off this one. 11,485. It seemed like it's 609, so yeah, we took another 2 ounces. 2 ounces of truckload's pretty sad, but we are getting gold. That scoop got down a bit. And I will check again since we are dropping into that one pretty hard. All right, 603. So that was actually 6 ounces out of that one. And 4 ounces out of that one, so we get 10 ounces in this truckload. We are just really hauling into it. I know all of a sudden it'll just zip and it'll be gone. All 11,000 ounces just poof. It won't take much for 1 or 2 of those squares to get us to where we need to go. Oh, where am I going? A moment when you decide, oh, I'm pre-programmed. I've hauled like 100 loads out of there. Yeah, whoops. I'll just park it there. Screw it. It'll be good enough. There we go. Just trying to get down into this hole a bit more here. I think we're just scratching the surface of it. Yeah, look how deep that actually gets. We're not even close to where the bottom is. Gets a lot deeper over there too. It's kind of a gradual spot right here, which is why I'm trying to do it. 11,477. So yeah, we're dropping it actually not bad. That one not so much. We got a whole lot less dirt out of that one. Oh, 10%. So that's about, if we're averaging basically 10 ounces a load, the last one was actually closer to 20 ounces. It means we should have about, maybe about 250 to 300 ounces on there, relatively. I'm just going to try to dig down as far as I can in this one little corner of it and see You never know, we might get 400 or 500 ounces of it. I think we will be down there in no time. Alright. According to that, there is a lot of dirt in there. We are barely scratching the surface. Making quite a little hole, but